Hey, this will be a video chart on ASFX, American Scientific Resources Incorporated. Done this one quite a few times. It's been a really popular chart, and despite kind of it falling, still remains so. And someone pointed it out to me a couple days ago, and I had kind of lost track of it, and it's actually been creeping up. So I want to get this video chart up. Today wasn't the best day in the world, but in the grand scheme of things, it's still hanging in there. So let's just get started. These couple lines you see here, I'm guessing are from the last time I did it. Probably back in January sometime, maybe early February. But what I want to do is get these lines extended over because they are still playing a role in the chart, and I'll explain that in a second here. But real quick, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, is the chart reversing?" That's been the question I get a lot, and my answer to that is no, not yet. There's no reversal. Is the chart bouncing? Yes, it's bouncing, but there is a difference between a bounce and a reversal. The psychology or the kind of breakdown I like to do is first charts have to consolidate or bottom out, then they have to bounce, and then they can finally reverse, and then at some point there's a previous high where they break out. But until it's got to be one step at a time. Bounces can turn into complete failures. That's the count. Dead cat bounces. Sure they're quick little bounces, but a dead cat bounce isn't a reversal. It's just simply a bounce. Am I saying this is going to be a dead cat bounce? I'm not saying that. I don't know what kind of bounce it's going to be. But for the people saying, "Oh, is this a reversal?" It looks like reversal. In my opinion, you can't call this a reversal yet. You can call it a bounce, but that I would argue that that's as far as you can call it right now. So with that being, the next question would be, well, when can we call it a reversal? And that's where our first line, this one right here, comes into play. The first thing I like about this is we are now above our 50-day simple moving average. We're approaching our 200-day 2 right here, which is going to act as resistance. So that's why if we can get some closes above this, and I'll say, let's go for 2 to 3 days in a row closes above this level up here. And by the way, this level is valued at let's 0.0134. So 0.0134. If we can get some closes above this, then that's where I will say this thing is starting to reverse. Because if we do get closes up here, that's implying some pretty big things. The first thing that it's implying is we're above the 50-day. The second is we're now above the 200-day. These are the two key moving averages, and if we can start to get some closes above those, then that's a good first sign that this is going to be a reversal. But until that happens, this is all just going to be a bounce, in my opinion. Now, if you're a trader, I'm sure you're loving this. Bounces are good, but for the people that are playing this for the longer term, you guys want to see a reversal. So this is going to be kind of the reversal line, as I'll call it. Now, in terms of supports, we have this one below us here that was taken from this low over here at 0.0105. And then we also have the 50-day, which is essentially the same thing. The key for this, if there's going to be any sort of true strength behind this, is we really need to see these two support levels hold. If they don't, then it's more than likely just going to be a trip back down to test these previous lows right here, and then you're basically back to where you started. But if the chart can manage to put in the higher lows and maybe pull back here and do some consolidating before heading back up, that's going to make a nice looking chart. It's going to make it look very healthy and strong and put some legitimate kind of motives behind any sort of reversal talk, because if we can get a nice healthy consolidation before I move up, that would be great. But if the price is just going to crash through here, it's probably going to head right back down there, and then this is just going to be considered a false little bounce here, and then that's going to be it. Kind of like this. Here was a bounce, but it could never develop into any sort of reversal. This orange line here, the 200-day, knocked it back down. So now we kind of got to wait and see if that's going to be the case. So overall, though, good to see that the chart's showing some life again. Now it's just a question of, is this simply a bounce, or is this going to be some sort of bounce with strength that turns into a reversal? Next week we may be able to figure it out, but if not, I definitely say within the next 2 weeks, we'll have an answer to that question. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook, which has been getting good reviews, and then through newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, everything from big boards down to penny stocks. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. Everything's free, so it's worth at least signing up. We've been making some good money together, so it's one of those things where it's worth at least giving it a shot. One more time, this was ASFX. Thanks for listening.